Good morning all, how's your day going? COVID-19 is a disease which caused by coronavirus and now become an outbreak which present in almost every country in the world with more than 70 millions of people who affected and more than 53 millions of people are recovered, and also more than 1 million of people are dead because of COVID-19 outbreak. It is a very dangerous and cutthroat outbreak because it has symptoms which is nearly similar to influenza. However, if the people who are affected by COVID-19 doesn't be taken care seriously, the mild symptoms will get worse and become the serious one, such as hard to breathe, even cause death. These things causes the presidents of most of the country in the world decided to make a policy to lock down their country, and then they also make policies like have to wearing face mask and doesn't allow to going outside and doesn't allow to make some meetings in it, and then decrease the intensity of hangouts or maybe gathering in the public places. And then people who feel hard to survive in this kind of situation are susceptible to experience stress and depressed, even the urge to commit suicide or other mental problems if they cannot find their own self-motivation or the environmental situations cannot support them. So that's why it is very important to maintain our mental health during the COVID-19 outbreak. So let me begin. Mental health is something which includes emotional and then psychological and social well-being of human. World Health Organization states that mental health is an integral and important element of health. It also states that health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not only the absence of disease or weaknesses or infirmity. Mental health can be also affected by a particular event in someone's life, like let's say losing of someone that we love the most, or experience the failure, some kind of it. And then these sort of things affects mental health, such as women tend to feel insecure and depressed, while men experience mental problem caused of the dependency on drugs and because of antisocial. And then there is also problem in our lifestyles, such as smoke, eat junk food, some kind of it. And then also because of professions, maybe like doctor and entrepreneur, they experience most of stress in their life. And then also life failures, like maybe fail to have a study or have an education in the prestigious high school, or maybe fail to get a scholarship in some places or some university or some school. And then there's also genetic factor. Maybe there's a family who ever experienced mental problems. And then the last one is because of drugs abuse. And then there's the symptoms of mental problem. So when someone is shouting or fighting with their family or friends, it can be concluded that they experience have some mental problem or have some problem in their mental health. And then when someone maybe experience lack of focus, so it's hard to focus on their job, and then have some problem to finish their duty or some kind of it. And then the problem in emotional self-control. So these people can be easily angry or can be easily feel sad or feel upset, and without any certain reason. And then someone who experience hallucination. So he thinks something that doesn't happen in reality. And then there's also feeling upset and angry for a long time. So when people like maybe become antisocial or like put him or herself to people, maybe he or she experience mental problems. And then there's also extreme changes in daily eating schedule or quantity of the food. So when someone suddenly extremely change the portion of their food in daily life, maybe they usually eat dinner in the proper job in the proper portion of their food, but suddenly they eat a very small amount of portion of food, they could be experience some mental illness. And then the last one is cannot understand each other's. So cannot understand others. Maybe someone like lost some of their empathy. So when someone cannot deal with their empathy, they maybe have some problem with their mental. And then cause of mental problems. The first one is traumatic event that cannot be forgotten. Maybe someone experienced something bad in their children's life, and then also head injury, and also genetic factor, like I said before, and then also violence and harassment. And then there's also bullying and discriminations, whether from their friends or from their society. And then there's also because drugs and alcohol addiction. So when someone addicted too much in alcohol and drugs, it also can cause mental problem. And then there's also excommunication by society. Then they maybe become alone and feel hopeless. And then the last one is surrounded by an irritated environment. So let's say maybe someone live in a village full of people who selling drugs everywhere, and then it can little bit or a lot, or maybe some kind of can affect it their mental health. And then the importance of maintaining and taking care of our mental health during the pandemic. Of course, the pandemic really makes everyone stressed out because we have to just stay at home and doesn't do anything. And people sometimes being bored and tired because sometimes some company or school or teachers or lecturers give their assignment on duty or duties like a little bit much more than before the pandemic. So someone really likes to, likely possible to experience problems in the rental. And then why does mental problems are likely possible experienced by people during the pandemic? Various mental problems likely experienced by someone easily in this COVID-19 pandemic caused by various factors such as losing a job and then excessive duty or assignment which give by their company or their lecturers, and then feel excessive fear to be in public place. COVID-19 is spread fastly around the world, so some people can be afraid of going somewhere using public transportation because they're afraid to be transmitted by COVID-19. So yeah, they feel like over fear to it, and then etc. And then how to solve mental problem. The first one is we have to share our problem. If we have a problem, we have to share to someone that we trust the most in order to heal our pain or our stress. And then the second one is train ourselves to have self-control toward our emotions. It will help us to think positive to every events that happen to our life, especially in these situations. And then the third one is knowing ourselves and knowing what we need. So if we really do much work for several days, because we have a lot of duty, we have a lot of assignment, and it's really will make us stress out, and I think it's okay to give ourselves some achievement, little achievements, like have a very nice rest in maybe just staying at home, and then have a little bit rest after work, and never force ourselves to do some job if we are not fine enough. And then the last one is, if the situation is getting worse, it is better to make an appointment with a psychiatrist or a psychologist to get an appropriate treatment. So if the insecurity that you feel is getting worse, or the stress that you feel is getting worse, I think you should make an appointment and meet the psychiatrist and psychologist to to recover yourself. And then how to maintain our mental health during the pandemic. The first one is do physical activities regularly. Of course, doing exercises is important, but if you are maybe so much busy, or maybe you are too lazy, so moving out around the house, it's also good. Just keep moving and do some little activities like sweeping the floor or washing dishes or washing clothes, some kind of it. And then the second one is eat the healthy food regularly, and minimize eating junk food, because healthy food can improving our immunity. And then the third one is have a well and proper rest and sleep. So please, knowing yourself when you have to take rest, when you have to finish your work, and then after that just don't be so tired, and knowing yourself when you have to stop, and have a well and maybe in the short rest or sleep. And then give time for ourselves to know what we need, to know what we want, and just give some treatment to ourselves. it also can make us happy. And then the last one is stay happy. Everything that happened in this situation, of course, it's never be easy, but as long as we can enjoy every moment in this situation and being happy about everything, everything is seems better. And then although we doesn't like it, maybe. And also, COVID-19 isn't something that we cannot be easy about. We have to keep our health to make ourselves not affected by COVID-19. And one of the ways working and study at home, some people might can deal with the situation while some other may not. They could be stressed or depressed because they think that their works are getting harder. So maintaining our mental health is an essential way to survive our life and make our works easier during this pandemic or COVID-19 pandemic. So thank you so much for your attention, and because you are keep listening to my explanation, I hope that there will be a lesson which can be learned from my today's explanation. I wish I could see you again someday in another occasion. See you.